everyone. Hope your week's gone well so far. On this week's podcast, I talk about when to say and use make and do, with a couple of tips on pronunciation. And then a couple of questions from my make and do quiz. I'll put the link to the full quiz in the show notes. And if you've been loving the Traitors TV show, you may find section 1 of particular interest. But first, can I do a quick reminder that you can support the podcast by making a donation via PayPal or buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com, or the links on the show notes. If you enjoy the podcast, please do consider making a donation so I can keep making the show and keep it going. And of course, you can support the podcast and the website by purchasing membership to the British Accent Bundle, which is my flagship British accent training at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. It really is much appreciated. So let's get on with section 1. Section 1. How to tell a liar by the way they speak. Have you been watching The Traitors on the BBC? This new season hasn't disappointed and is proving compulsory viewing yet again. If it's true, they're making a UK celebrity version. I cannot wait. If you've been enjoying the show as much as we have, you might find today's topic a helpful guide to spotting the traitors' deceptions during their next round table. Let's delve into the art of spotting a liar through their speech. Method number 1. Their speech patterns, hesitation and delay. Liars often employ little hesitation techniques, like peppering their sentences with ms and ers. These verbal stumbles indicate cognitive overload as they concoct their tales. These little words give them enough breathing space to evaluate their answers and time to choose the right words to camouflage the truth. Method number 2. Pace and pitch, the unintended crescendo. When someone's speech suddenly resembles a roller coaster, rapid-fire chatter followed by snail-paced drawls or an unexpected pitch hike, it might be more than just excitement. Such irregularities can signal deception. Method number 3. Vague vocabulary, the art of saying nothing. Liars might cloak their fibs in vagueness, offering non-specific answers and dodging details. If responses are as clear as a London fog, it's time to raise an eyebrow. Method number 4. Overcompensation, the excessive eloquence. In an effort to appear truthful, deceivers may overcompensate with elaborate stories, unnecessary details, or excessive politeness. This overkill high performance is a red flag. And finally, method number 5. Self-reference, the vanishing eye. Liars often distance themselves from their fibs by minimising self-references. A sudden drop in I or me usage can be a subtle cue of deception. So as you settle down to watch the next Traitors episode, keep these 5 indicators in mind as you watch how the traitors engage with their faithful compatriots. And if you'd like to lie or tell the truth in a fabulous RP British accent, my British Accent Bundle awaits you. Get it before the New Year sale ends. learningbritishaccent.com/bundle.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's LIBSYN, ads.com today.
Section 2. Mastering make versus do, because English isn't confusing enough. English. The language that keeps you on your toes. Just when you think you've got it, along come make and do to remind you that life is full of surprises. Let's untangle this duo so you can select the appropriate option every time. So, a general rule. Do. Use do for actions, duties or tasks. Think of it as the grunt work. And make. Reserve make for creating or producing something, essentially when you're bringing something into existence. So, do in action. Do the laundry, because those clothes won't wash themselves. Do your homework, procrastination's arch nemesis. Do the dishes, the chore that never says goodbye. Make emotion, make a cake, channel your inner Mary Berry. Make a decision, because flipping a coin isn't always appropriate. Make a mess. Some people just call it art. Some pronunciation pointers in RP. For do, it's that long ooh sounds. Do. It rhymes with shoe. Lips rounded and pout. Do. Do. And make. This starts with the sound, make, and followed by the diphthong, a, ending with a crisp k. Make. Make. So remember, we move our mouth when we make a diphthong sound. Mastering these nuances not only polishes your grammar, but also adds that quintessential British flair to your speech. So ready to conquer more linguistic quirks and sound like you just stepped out of a BBC drama? My British Accent Bundle is your ticket to eloquence minus the stiff upper lip. Cheers to speaking and choosing verbs like a true Brit. Section 3. Take the make or do quiz. Test your knowledge of when to use do or make in English. Choose the correct verb for each sentence. We'll do a couple of questions now, but you can access the full quiz with the link in the show notes. Which verb fits in with this sentence? I need to some coffee before I can start my day. I need to what? Some coffee before I can start my day. Is it do or make? I need to do some coffee before I can start my day, or I need to make some coffee before I can start my day. Yep, it's definitely make. Question 2. Could you your homework before watching TV? Could you what your homework before watching TV? Is it do or make? Could you do your homework before watching TV? Question 3. They worked hard to progress on the project. They worked hard to progress on the project. Would we put a do or a make in that sentence? I would say make progress. They worked hard to make progress on the project. Okay, she tends to too much noise when she's on the phone. She tends to what too much noise when she's on the phone. Would we put a do or a make in that sentence? She tends to do too much noise when she's on the phone, or she tends to make too much noise when she's on the phone. I think make fits in a lot better. And as I say, the full quiz is available on the website. It's 10 or 15 questions and all. Link in the show notes. Section 4. Don't take yourself too seriously. Ever noticed how adopting a British accent instantly elevates your tea drinking experience? Suddenly, that supermarket Earl Grey tastes like it was brewed in Buckingham Palace. Let's not be ridiculous. Of course it doesn't. While mastering the received pronunciation accent can make you sound as if you debate politics with the king, it's essential to remember we're here to have fun, not to become the next James Bond. Taking yourself too seriously in the process? That's where things can backfire. When you obsess over every vowel or nitpick your consonants to the point of paranoia, it chips away at your confidence. You start seeing yourself as a work in progress rather than appreciating just how far you've come. And guess what? Others don't notice those tiny slip-ups you're stressing about. They're too busy being impressed by your newfound elegance. Studies suggest that RP speakers are often perceived as more authoritative and credible. It's like adding a touch of sophistication to your speech without needing to don a monocle. However, let's keep our expectations in check. Perfecting your RP accent won't grant you a knighthood or an immediate understanding of cricket, but it will make your speech clearer and perhaps even impress your friends at parties. The truth is, progress loves a light-hearted approach. My training is designed to make learning RP enjoyable and engaging. So if you're ready to add a dash of British charm to your conversations without taking yourself too seriously, then do join my British Accent Bundle. And cheers to speaking elegantly without the stiff upper lip. Go to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle and sign up for membership. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's podcast and I hope you can join me again next week. Can I please remind you to take a look at the show notes, go to the links where you can make a donation because it really, really does help keep the show on the road. Thank you in advance and I hope you're able to join me here same time next week for Speak English with a British Accent podcast. Bye for now.